My name is Ellie Waugh. I am the soon-to-be ex-CEO of Humanity UK. My job finishes on the 25th of March due to the fact I've had my funding cut because we speak out at Humanity and because apparently we've got a really high-profile media profile which apparently supports the left, which I'm bloody proud about. Right, let's get down to some brass shit here while we're at it. I think Ian Duncan Smith, you are an absolute wanker. And this is from the head of a charity. How dare you tell people that they can't have a basic universal credit income during this virus because it's disincentive for them to work? Who the bloody hell do you think you are? I've waited 2.5 years as a CEO of a charity to tell you what I think of you. You are a complete bastard, and you have caused the death of God knows how many people in the country because of you and your universal credit. What it's done to millions of families and people, you've put them in abject poverty. Do you know where I am today, Ian? I'm out delivering baby milk and nappies and giving food to people because of this virus. Because you bastards in Westminster haven't got the balls to go out there and sort things out yourself with universal credit. I've got families crying because they haven't got enough food in, because people are panic buying and they're scared and they're frightened. Something you guys haven't even taken into consideration. But at the end of the day, I've got a mum on the phone to me this morning. She's been sanctioned because she's self-isolating. She's a single mum and she works. Just the sort of people you like, people who work. Don't you, Ian? Well, this mum's been sanctioned and she's been on the phone. She doesn't know what to do. Also with your mortgage holiday. What holiday? So you think it's funny to have a mortgage holiday when people are going to die of the coronavirus and they can't afford to pay their mortgage for 3 months? What the bloody hell does this government think they're doing? I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed, and thank bloody God I'm gone in a few days' time and I'm going to be doing something else. I'm going to be going around the country telling people about the poverty that your bloody government has done to so many people. Ian Duncan Smith, hang your sodding head in shame. You're a liar, you're disgusting, you're deceivious, and so are the whole lot of your bloody Tory government. And shame on you arseholes who voted for them, because you've done this, you've caused this, you've caused mass panic of buying, people poor who can't afford to go to the shops and who are desperate. Do you know how many people turned up at our charity today asking for sanitary towels and baby milk and nappies? It's because of you guys. You did this. I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed, and I'm going to speak out louder and prouder because I won't have the Charities Commission on my back about what I say. So God help you, Tory government. I'm coming for you, and so are a lot of other people who've had enough of the shit and the havoc and the poverty that you've caused millions of decent people in this country. Thank you. Good morning. Lots of people have been in touch with us, asking us questions on all our different sites about protective clothing, about how the government are handling the crisis at the moment. So I'd like to make a few of my own personal observations. I have friends and family who work for the NHS and they're scared. They're doing the most wonderful, most fantastic job, but they're bloody scared. They're scared because they have not got protective clothing. The government knew back in December that this pandemic was coming and they did nothing. They didn't prepare. And there's things that people should realise which people are not actually getting at the moment. For the last 10 years, this Conservative government absolutely decimated the hell out of our NHS. These absolute arseholes in Parliament did everything they could to ruin our NHS. But not only that, when the nurses wanted a pay rise, which they actually refused, we watched pictures of them laughing together, huddling together in Parliament. Shame on you, Conservative government. And now, when you need the NHS the most, you're saying it's the best thing since sliced bread. Once again, you are letting our NHS down by not providing the people who are providing the care with the protective clothing that they need. We even have had nurses and doctors get in touch with our sites and tell us that they are being told not to say anything for fear of losing their job. A fact, not fiction, a fact. What else is frightening is the ventilators. Why were not enough ventilators sorted in the first place? Germany has loads. We have a massive shortage. So is it going to be a survival of the fittest, that, you know, the over 65s don't count? Is that what this government is trying to do? That's another thing that's been levelled. Lots of people have been asking us that as well. We are genuinely asking the question. You did the Brexit party. You supported Brexit and leaving on the 30th of January. But you knew that a pandemic was bloody coming, and you assholes did nothing. You guys sat there with your complacency and said nothing and did nothing, knowing this was going to happen. Lots of very frightened and scared people out there, and they're worried. Will you give our NHS staff protective clothing as soon as possible? When this is over, will you make sure that the NHS is properly funded, that the people who are saving lives, the people on the front line, get the help they deserve and the bloody wage increase that they deserve as well? Are all you shits in Parliament just going to carry on as normal and think everything's going to go back together like it was before? It won't. People have now seen what has happened. And you guys need to actually step up. You need to get the proper facts out there to as many people as you can. People are confused. They don't know what's going on. But you need to sort out and support our NHS. A clap means not a lot coming from you guys when for the last 10 years you've decimated our NHS. Just remember, these people are saving our lives. Not you guys, they are. Thank you. Good evening. The subject I'm going to talk about is something that's been sent to me the last 2 weeks, and I wanted to make sure I'd got all my facts straight. I wanted to read through all the paperwork I'd been sent. BBC actually had it today on their website about people who were autistic who've been asked to sign no resuscitation orders, and their families had. A couple of weeks ago on a couple of the other sites I run, we'd actually been given copies from different surgeries all over the country actually telling people that if you had certain conditions, then, you know, the chances are you wouldn't want to be resuscitated, and to sign orders and things if you got in the position with the virus. I have an autistic child. My child means the absolute world to me. My child needs 24-hour care and is beloved by all of us. And the thought that people are asking these questions just doesn't bear thinking about. You're not asking me, you're not asking anybody else who is supposedly fit and healthy. You're asking the most vulnerable and the disabled in society. And I find that really disturbing and worrying. Lots of relatives have been in touch with me as well, and I'm horrified. The evidence speaks for itself, and it is very scary. It's very chilling. And what I want to know is, why is this question being asked? Why is it not being asked of the whole population? Why of our most vulnerable? I know lots of people are very worried. This could be your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle. It's almost like it's let's get rid of the people who, you know, who are costing us money. Let's get rid of people, you know, the vulnerable and the disabled. It's almost like, you know, it's a cull, and it's absolutely abhorrent. I actually felt sick to my stomach when I read some of the letters. People with COPD, you know, people with, you know, terminal cancer, people who with all sorts of blood cancers. It was just the most awful reading to actually see this presented to one of our sites and to see the evidence. It was sent to me today, and what I actually was reading on the BBC website. These people matter. They're our families. We love these people. And to see this and to know that this is even being mentioned, it is just vile. And while we're at it, it's like America. America said 75% of the people who are dying out there have got underlying health conditions because they are poor or they are disabled. Is it, let's get, let's have a cull, let's get rid of, the people who, are causing us the most problems in society and cost us money and everything else? Let's do one of these orders. Absolutely vile, absolutely disgusting. I don't know where it's come from. I don't know if it's a government order or requirement or somebody's put those in place. It's not right. It's not fair. They're our relatives. They're our loved ones, and we will fight for them always. Thank you.